Hello and welcome everyone. Today we will continue our lesson about tag question. We started talking about tag questions with auxiliary verb and modal verb. Today we will continue our lesson. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to, number one, to make tag questions with present and past simple verb tenses. Number two, to write your own sentences with tag questions. Let's start with the questions in our lesson. In our lesson, we are going to answer the following questions. Question number one, what is a tag question? Number two, how do we form tag question if we don't have auxiliary verbs? Number three, what are the important rules to make tag questions? Let's start with the first question. What is the tag question? Tag questions are short questions at the end of the statements, particularly in spoken English. A negative statement is followed by a positive tag question, and a positive statement is followed by a negative tag question. So, let's start talking about making tag question without having auxiliary in the sentence. Let's start. How do we form the tag questions if we don't have an auxiliary? Instead, you can have a main verb in the present simple or past simple, and it is positive. In this case, we will use don't, doesn't, or didn't. If it is present, we will use don't and doesn't. And if it is in the past, I will use didn't. Let's see the examples. Pay attention. Number one, Jinan eats cheese. Where is the verb? Eats is the verb and it is simple present. So the tag question will be doesn't she. I use doesn't because I have a singular pronoun she. Number two, I said that already. Where is the verb? The verb is said and said is in the past. So I will use didn't I. Number three, Sally left last Friday. And the tag question, didn't she? Because the verb here is left and left is past simple verb. Number four, they work in your company. The tag question, don't they? Okay, so let's continue. Here, you have to know that sentences with negative words are considered to be negative. Like what? If I have sentences with words like never or nobody, no one, they are negative. And here, I should use a positive tag question. Let's see. Number one, he never goes out with his dog. The tag question, does he? Number two, he never drinks alcohol. Tag question, does he? Number three, nobody left a message. The tag question here, did they? Because I have a verb in the past, which is left, but also I have something negative in the statement, so I used a positive tag question. Is that clear? I think yes. Let's continue. Here are the rules that you have to follow when you make tag questions. Rule number one, after let's, the tag begins with shall. Example, let's invite the neighbors over for dinner on the weekend. The tag question here, shall we? Number two, use aren't I in tags to mean I am not. Example, I am on time. Aren't I? The same example, I am on time. Am not I? Of course, this is incorrect. The first answer is correct. So the correct tag for this sentence is aren't I. Number three, with this or that, use it in the question tag. Example, this is your pen. The question tag here isn't it. let's continue with the rules. Use they in question tags when the sentence include these or those. Example, those are your books, aren't they? Next, use their in question tags when their statements include their plus a form of be. Example, there is a lot of work to do today. The question tag isn't there. Next, with nobody, no one, someone, somebody, everyone, and everybody, use they in the question tag. Example, everyone is here now, aren't they? Nobody has eaten yet, have they? This is all about tag questions. Now, let's practice using them. Question number 1, add a tag question to these statements. Okay, number 1, she cooks well. Number 2, smoking ruins our health. Number 3, they always sleep after lunch. Number 4, my mother likes quiet places. Number 5, tourists used to come here. That's all. Let's continue with the second question. Correct the underlined words. Number 1, I bought a new car, haven't I? Number 2, I'm playing football, isn't I? Number 3, we buy some meat, didn't we? Number 4, Jasmine wanted to come tomorrow, doesn't she? This is all for today. I hope you enjoyed our class. I would like to thank you for your time and attention. أعزائي الطلبة، يمكنكم مشاهدة هذا الموقف التعليمي أكثر من مرة باستخدام الرابط والكود أسفل الشاشة. شكراً لحسن استماعكم.